Yo, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another reaction video. We got how good was prime DeAndre Hopkins. Let's check this out.
11 seconds left in the game. Ball at around midfield. Arizona down by 4.
This play was so iconic, bro.
Over for the Cardinals for their last gasp play. Kyler Murray
over 3 of their best players too.
Someone would answer that prayer. DeAndre
Micah Hyde, Davis White, and Jordan Poyer.
3 Buffalo defenders, and they were all in better position to catch it or knock it away. The chances for the one guy in red grabbing that ball were minimal.
Like, this nigga has the strongest hands, bro.
Pulled his family out
that shit is crazy
by having the surest hands in the league. His mind was focused on one thing. All you've got to do is catch it. To say DeAndre Hopkins had a rough childhood would be putting it mildly. He was born June 6, 1992 in South Carolina. When he was just 5 months old, his father passed away in a car crash. His mother, Sabrina Greenlee, had to raise DeAndre and his siblings on her own. She had to be always working just so her family could survive. While trying to make ends meet, Sabrina got caught up in several abusive relationships. Oh yeah, she's blind now, ain't she? Worse than the one she was in when DeAndre was 10 years old.
Yeah, she's blind now.
It was bad because they were always fighting. Sabrina was constantly catching her
I ain't even gonna lie, bro.
One day she was in an argument.
By the time I got older, I would have been got my get back. I ain't even gonna lie to you, gang. What you mean you did something to my mom? Now she blind. That shit is, bro.
And threw it on Sabrina's face.
That damn.
Concoction of lye and bleach and threw it.
That's how her face looked. Oh yeah, bro. I would have had to get my get back ASAP.
Face. Sabrina was rushed to a burn center where
I would have slid for my mom ASAP, bro.
She was left with scars on her face.
Damn.
But worst of all, she was blinded forever. Sabrina had seen DeAndre's talents on the football field when he was a kid, but she would never get to see him play a single down again.
Damn,
It was an awful situation, but DeAndre knew he had a chance to help his mother. His brother recalled him once saying, "All you've got to do is catch it," in reference to the fact that focusing on football could take his family far away from these terrible times. So he channeled his pain to use as extra motivation. Hopkins had a natural gift as an athlete. He attended D.W. Daniel High School in Central South Carolina and was a multi-sport athlete. He ran track and field, played basketball, and of course football. Being a fierce competitor in sports was an escape for him. D-Hop had an amazing high school career in both football and basketball. Through his high school basketball career, he had 1,453 total points.
Damn.
In his senior year, his team even won the state championship. In
Okay.
terms of football, his numbers included 57 receptions, 1,266 receiving yards, 18 offensive touchdowns,
Damn.
28 interceptions, and
The fuck?
5 defensive touchdowns. It didn't matter if he was on offense or defense. When that
Damn,
ball went up
bro.
in the air, it was his. Hopkins even once said, "I feel like
Nigga
if
making
they put the
plays on
ball in the
offense
air,
then
it's my
strapping
ball.
shit on defense."
It's either a PI or it's my ball." His talents got noticed by the scouts at Clemson, and that's where D-Hop went to college, right in his backyard. Even as a freshman, he immediately became a contributor on offense. He was making catches and getting touchdowns for the Tigers his first month there. By the end of his freshman season, the team had gone 6-7, but Hopkins had solid numbers: 52 receptions for 637 yards and 4 touchdowns. The next year,
that 2012 season is crazy.
72 receptions,
over 1,400 yards and 18
tutties. 5 touchdowns. As a result, the team improved. They went 10-4, big thanks to games like Hopkins' October 22nd matchup against North Carolina, with 9 receptions for 157 yards and a touchdown. In 2012, Hopkins really blew up.
Damn,
the team
bro.
reached their first 11-win season since 1981, and
Crab of
D-Hop had a
hell
lot
right there.
to do with it. He had 82 catches for 1,405 yards and 18 touchdowns. Each year, his receptions went up, his receiving yards went up, and his touchdowns more than tripled in his 3rd year. Hopkins had turned himself into a solid NFL prospect. After all that hard work, the dream was finally being realized. The 2013 NFL Draft rolled around, and there were a lot of defensive players and offensive linemen coming off the board. In fact, the first 7 picks were all defensive ends and O-line. The 8th overall pick was the first wide receiver Tavon Austin. And he was the only receiver
college football legend
until finally DeAndre Hopkins' name was called 27th overall. he'd be going to the Houston Texans. And just like when
I still can't believe that trade, bro. The Texans sent him
Houston.
to the Cardinals
Week 2
for
of the
David
2013
Johnson and
season,
some
the
picks.
Texans were locked
That
in battle
shit
with the
was
Titans,
fucking
tied at
crazy.
24 and heading into overtime.
Most lopsided
On a 3rd
trade
and 10
ever.
approaching the red zone, Matt Schaub looked for his rookie to help put the game away. Hopkins answered the call by making a spectacular catch with the defender all over him and nearly got the ball into the end zone. Schaub then went right back to Hopkins, tossing the ball to the sideline of the end zone, and D-Hop contorted his body and kept his feet in bounds while making that grab. This play won the Texans the game and was D-Hop's first NFL touchdown. Hopkins
Wow.
finished that game with
Bro,
7
imagine your
receptions
first
for
NFL touchdown. It's a
115 yards
game
and a
winner.
touchdown. In his
That's
entire
iconic
rookie
right there.
season, he had 52 receptions for 802 yards and 2 total touchdowns. But the best was yet to come. Some say D-Hop
the way he was looking at his
already
lips
in
is
his prime
crazy.
in year 2, snagging 76 receptions for 1,210 yards and 6 touchdowns. Or year 3 with 111 receptions for 1,521 yards and 11 touchdowns. But he was just scratching the surface.
Damn,
His
look at
5th
that
year in the
catch.
league, 2017, was the start of something special for D-Hop. Besides the fact that he caught everything thrown his way, he also led the league with touchdowns that season with his career high of 13. It was also his first of 4 seasons in a row in which he had over 1,000 receiving yards. From 2018 to 2020, he caught over 100 balls every year, and he was so close to doing it in 2017 too, with 96 receptions. In that 4-year span, he had 37 total touchdowns. And what does D-Hop always do when he scores? He brings the ball to his mom,
yeah.
because she still shows up for his games.
W,
Hopkins,
bro.
The way to get a reception is simple.
Inspirational.
Win the route, control your body, and catch the ball. His route running is deadly.
Oh, this one ended D'Angelo Hall's career right there.
Not figuratively.
You talk shit, bro.
literally.
You know what I'm saying? That's gonna happen.
On his body control. And after putting in all the work to beat his defender, he still keeps that same mentality he's had since he was young. All you've got to do is catch it. Hopkins was giving Houston natives plenty to cheer about. He was a machine. In 2018, he had his most receiving yards ever, 1,572. He also had his career high for receptions, 115. In that prime stretch of D-Hop's career from 2017 to 2020, he went to the Pro Bowl every season. From 2017 to 19, he was first-team All-Pro as well. And many say he was robbed in 2020 because there were a lot of changes for D-Hop that year.
When he got traded.
2019 was Hopkins' last season with the Texans. As of 2020, he was an Arizona Cardinal. So how would Hopkins do his first season on a new team? Well, he still caught everything. He tied his career high for receptions with 115. He also had 1,407 yards and 6 touchdowns. And if that wasn't enough, there was that one play that should have definitely made Hopkins first-team All-Pro. The 2020 season was going well for the Cardinals. Week 7, they took their division opponent, the Seahawks, into overtime and won.
Yeah, that was a crazy-ass game.
They had a bye week and then lost their next game to Miami. After tripping up to 5-3, they had to face the Buffalo Bills, a formidable opponent. Arizona led in the 4th quarter, but Josh Allen delivered a strike to Stephon Diggs to steal the lead with less than 40 seconds left in the game. Buffalo now led.
That was also
26.
Diggs' first season with the
Arizona
Bills,
had
right?
The ball in their own 25 with 34 seconds remaining. They appeared destined to fall to 5-4 unless they could pull out a miracle. Arizona managed to move their offense past midfield with only 11 seconds remaining and no timeouts. Kyler Murray hiked it and rolled to his left, evading defenders. Getting pushed towards the sidelines, he launched the ball while falling backwards. 3 Buffalo defenders ran to the area the ball was approaching, ready to end the game. But DeAndre Hopkins put
I would have
himself
broke
in
something
the
if I was a
absolute
Bills
best
fan.
spot to give himself a
Like,
chance.
yo, to crash out immediately, because how the fuck is this even possible?
Is it caught? Oh my goodness, it's caught!
Come on now. I'd have been sick. Oh my
The Bills
gosh.
defenders leapt for the ball.
What the fuck is the ref doing?
The Bills
What the fuck is this nigga doing? Nigga think he's Spider-Man or some shit? What
for
the
the
hell
ball.
is he
In front of
doing?
him, behind him, but it didn't
Yo.
matter. D-Hop tracked that ball perfectly and used his athleticism and sure hands to be the only one in that crowd.
Even though D-Hop's not at his prime anymore, he is still
left on
really
the clock,
good.
Hopkins
You know what I'm saying? He's
snagged
coming
the
off a
game-winning
1,000-yard
touchdown.
receiving season with the
Cardinals
Titans.
won 32-30.
And I feel like he's gonna have
After the
a
game,
better season this
Hopkins
year.
was cool, calm, and collected. And he said,
Because he's not the
"It was
only
on
receiver
3
that can
people.
contribute
They
now
were in
that they
position.
brought in
It was
Calvin
just a
Ridley and
better
Tyler
catch by
Boyd.
me." Not only was this the
maybe
play
he'll have
of Hopkins' career,
maybe a
but it was also
1,200-yard
a
receiving
perfect
season this year.
example of what prime
Maybe.
D-Hop was. A problem without a solution. It didn't matter if defenders were in a great position to stop him. He still somehow made a better play. Maybe it was because he had that extra motivation from his past. When D-Hop saw the ball in the air, it wasn't just about getting a reception. It was the only way for him and his family to make it out of a difficult situation. All you've got to do is catch it.
W, that's a great saying.
Is the gridiron.
Hey man, what do you guys think? Y'all let me know down in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Turn on post notifications, get notified whenever I drop another banger video. One road to 300 subs. So we get there for more banger NFL content like this. And without further ado, I'm out. Gang!